Now the parade is over, take a gourmet journey down Ponsonby Road. This is GayTalk Tonight's daily coverage of the Auckland Pride Festival. Writer Aorewa McLeod has a new book out. She'll be telling us a little bit about that very shortly. But first, if you're a food lover, you may like to whet your appetite on what is sometimes known as Auckland's gayest street. Zest Foods is a company that takes people on gourmet journeys in our major cities. For the Pride Festival, they're conducting tours along Ponsonby Road for the next 3 days.
What we're trying to do is give visitors to Auckland a real sense of a great foodie precinct in Auckland, and Ponsonby's my favourite hood to hang out in. So what we've put together is a lovely morning experience where we take small intimate groups. I take them as their host, as their guide, along Ponsonby. So we've got gorgeous cafes, restaurants, bars, arts and crafts. There's a brand new food market there which we'll show our guests, and we have wonderful tastings along the way. So it's about experiencing one of our exceptional cafes, tasting chocolates, cheeses, having a look at the shops, and finishing with a lovely lunch at one of the really iconic restaurants in Ponsonby.
Ponsonby's always had this sense of being a gay ghetto. Do you get that sense that it still is, or is that overblown, that idea?
Well, I guess a lot of our gay community hang out there because it is an area that that we live in and that we enjoy being in. But it's got such a mix of different people. There's you'll see different TV and media personalities that live in and around the area or just like to visit. Like I say, it's a meeting place, so you'll see all sorts of people, sports people, locals, a lot of foodies, because to me it's probably the best foodie precinct in Auckland. So you get a real mix of people, but certainly gay friendly. There's gay business owners, so like I say, it's got that community feel about it, which is great.
Now obviously the Zest Food tours, they're over 3 days during the Pride Festival. Do you think if someone wants a late booking you might be able to squeeze them in?
Well, I certainly wanted more than that, but this is the first time that that the Gay Pride Festival's come back. So initially we just wanted to come in with a realistic idea of what we could manage, but I'm up for every day of the Gay Festival if people want to book a tour.
But if someone's thinking all of a sudden, oh yes, I want to do one on the 19th with you, do you think you might be able to fit them in?
They could certainly ring me the night before or even the morning, because if there's enough room, you know, we'll take someone else.
As I mentioned earlier, writer Aorewa McLeod has a new book out. It's called Who Was That Woman Anyway?
Yeah, I think it was Alice Munro who said about her last short stories that they're autobiographical in feeling, but not entirely, if not entirely so in fact. And I think that's probably true of mine. That sometimes I got carried away and wrote episodes that hadn't really happened in my life, but were kind of right. They felt right. I'd always been searching for plots, and there I had the plot. It was my life. So I started off with my first lesbian affair in 1960, yes. And then a series of episodes of my lesbian life through to 2000. And there were one or two people that had to be villains to make the story exciting and right, and I'm not quite sure that if they read it, they'll think that they should have been the villains. So I'm quite nervous about what the response is going to be from, and I think a lot of people expect to be in it who aren't in it. Lots of people come up to me and said, "Oh, am I in it?" And I said no, and I think they're actually quite upset that they weren't in it. They thought they were probably significant enough to be in it.
Tune in tomorrow as I bring you GayTalk Tonight's coverage of the Auckland Pride Parade. See you then.